Hello and welcome again. I'm here with Cordell Whitaker. My name is Helmut, and we are here with the Bone Spirits for the fourth question in the series of bone throws about the oil spill in the Gulf. If you haven't watched the previous videos, it'd be a great thing to do. It'll help you make a lot more sense out of what's going on here, what we are doing here. And now to the fourth question, which we want to present to the Bone Spirits. How do we best heal this on all levels? How do we deal with our fears and other emotions? And how do we best extend healing to all life into the future? Okay.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be able to throw the bones. So I'm going to have to stand up and pick all the bones up in my hand, and we'll toss them down.
Okay.
So here we are with all of the bone spirits, and I need to get them all in my hand. There's quite a few of them here, so it gets very tricky. Sometimes they get really excited and they just start jumping out of my hand, literally. Okay. Now we'll state the question again and blow the intent of the question onto the bones.
Okay, the question is, or the questions are, how do we best heal this on all levels? How do we deal with our fears and other emotions? And how do we best extend healing to all life into the future?
It'll take me anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour and a half to study them, and then we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We have thrown the bones, and Kay has thrown the bones and studied the throw, and this is the throw for the fourth question in the series about the Gulf oil spill. And the question is, how do we best heal this on all levels? How do we deal with our fears and other emotions? How do we best extend healing to all life into the future? Those are the questions, and here are the bones and Kay.
When the bones are speaking again here, quite clearly, they definitely are opinionated. So we're going to go through their usual way of talking, and we start with this longest, skinniest bone. It makes an energy line coming off of both directions, and that's where the story starts. That's where they begin to answer the question. So we're taking the energy line back down here. It takes a little bend because the pieces that are down here just kind of wander off a little bit in this direction. So this first one starts in the lower left eye over here, and this whole line up here is talking about what we're observing, what we have been observing, how we are participating and interacting. And they're saying that we have been ignoring the spiritual levels of this event and the spiritual levels of all the beings that are part of this event. Now, when they talk about spiritual levels, they're talking about the energy, the aliveness, the conscious awareness of a being, of an entity. the spirit, the soul, and they believe that everything is alive. The ocean is alive, the sand is alive, all the waters are alive, all the trees, the bushes, the fishies, the plants, the air, the wind, the weather, as well as all the animals and certainly all the people. And there's a lot of different entities that are directly involved. And indirectly, of course, everybody on our planet, because this is a pretty big mess. We, as thinking, living entities, we humans, have the ability to create things. We have the ability to perceive things with extreme detail and accuracy. We have the ability to manifest and create ourselves, our world, all the events, everything that goes on here. And we've been ignoring this aspect, this fact of existence in our universe. So as we go up the line, it's talking here about what we have been paying attention to is lots of the physical 3D things. We've been putting an awful lot of attention into the three-dimensional, linear, physical aspects of the oil spill. We've been putting an awful lot of attention into blaming, into pointing fingers, and throwing lots of nasty energy darts at anything and everybody. A great deal of emotion. People who are directly involved and people all around the world have been investing an enormous amount of emotions into this whole event. There's a lot of feeling of inability to do anything, hopelessness, powerlessness. There's what the spirits say, they call very clearly and directly, whining and wallowing. People involved, people around the world who are more indirectly involved, have gotten very, very stuck in all of this huge emotional upheaval, these feelings of being powerless, not being able to affect anything, do anything. They want to blame. They want to live in fear and throw lots of blaming darts and dark energy. There's a religious aspect in the middle here, traditional, organized religious groups and their ways of thinking and being and dealing with situations like this, and what they're tending to advise the people that belong to those religions. It's a lot of information that is just stuck in that box. It's stuck in that wallowing box. Poor us, poor me. We can't do anything. And all of this poison is coming our way. And it's always somebody else's fault. It's the devil's fault. And it's the spirit's fault. And it's that deity's fault. But nobody ever looks at themselves. They're not looking at what they have done through the years to contribute. And the spirits say here that everybody has contributed. Everybody on this planet has contributed. And now we're in this big swirling thing of lots of whining and lots of poor me and lots of I can't and I don't know how and I'm powerless. And the spirits say that that's just not true. That's a great big bunch of hogwash. Here in the middle is destiny. This is our destiny. This is our future pulling us ahead. And we have a very grand future ahead of us if we will allow ourselves to get out of this wallowing, whining pit and actually do something that is constructive. Now, the first things that they say here, we look up the line, and we're identifying ourselves with all the wrong things. We haven't been able to make a good decision about much of anything, especially concerning industry and planet and politics. Here on the mouth, this is bad stuff. Bad stuff going into our systems. Poison going into our systems individually, as groups, as a planet, all the species, plants, animals, the waters, the air, the soil, everything. We've made lots of bad decisions and we are paying for it. We have all this poison that's going into our systems, disrupting everything. And we make those decisions because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we are. We've taken on all of these ideas from the society, from the culture, from the powers that be, who would like to see things continue to just sort of go the way they've been going, fumbling along, and they're in power, and that's the aspect they like the best. So they don't want us to know who we are, because then they'll be out of power. We'll change things if we find out who we are. So we're not looking in the right places. We're not looking at us as individuals or as a species or a collection of different species that are all connected together. We don't have any clue about the reality of that. Our reality, what we are focusing on and obsessed with, is this asleepness, this pit that we are wallowing around in about how much we don't know and we can't and we don't have the power to. And poor me, poor us, poor us. The spirits say that has to stop. We have to get over it. Grow up. They're saying it over and over and over again. Get out of the pit. Grow up. Grab your pants and step up to the plate. We can't make a difference with any of these things, with the oil spill or any of the probably more severe disasters coming our way because of the decisions that we made. We have to grow up and step up to the plate and start making some new decisions.